Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about why I don't have a light on my everyday carry gun. I'm a big believer in lights. I like having lights on your home defense guns, even home defense pistols, but on the everyday carry gun, which is usually going to be a compact gun, I don't bother to put a light on it. And the reason is, first of all, granted, we need to be able to identify something to determine if it's a threat in order to shoot it, but we cannot draw our gun, point it at what we think might be a threat, and use the light on the gun to assess that situation. So we have to use a pocket light, right? You gotta use a pocket light like this, right? And here's the thing, you use your pocket light to identify. At the point that you determine, like, holy shit, this person's gonna kill me, I have to defend myself. You go to your gun. Now, what are you doing? Are you fumbling with the light switch, or are you gonna pull the trigger, right? Because you can only do one or the other, and in the time that it takes you to put the light switch on, it might be too late. And chances are that it's not going to be pitch black, right? You already determined the position of the bad guy that's trying to hurt you, so you have some idea of where it is, and it's probably going to be pretty close to you, right? It's not going to be, it's not going to be even 20 or 30 feet away. It's going to be close to you because here's the thing: the bad guy needs to be able to see too, right? So aside from the fact that they got to get close to you in order to, to do whatever it is they want to do, and usually they're going to try and initiate some type of a conversation. But they also need to be able to see. Like, they gotta be able to see and see. Are you holding a knife? Are you holding an axe? Are you holding a gun? Who are you? How big are you? Are there any other people around you? So bad guys need to be able to see too when they go to commit their crimes. That's something that's really important to them, and that's something that's often not talked about. So the situation most likely is going to be such that they can kind of see you, you can kind of see them. Now, you may not be able to see what they have in their hands, which is why we use the pocket light, right? So we put the pocket light, and we're able to see, okay, crap, they're holding a knife, and they're coming close to me. One of the things I tell people is a good way to use your light, and because maybe you've got somebody, they're not having a knife, but they're looking, they're threatening you, that they got their fists up, maybe they're looking, you think that they're going to attack you. One of the options, you can also shine the light in their face, and that's going to do one of two things. That's either going to get them to back off, or it's going to get them to attack you immediately, okay? And that's, in a way, I like the idea, even if it turns out that they're going to attack you immediately. What that does is it forces the confrontation to happen on your time schedule, right? Because if somebody has it in their mind that they're going to attack me, I'd rather they do it right this second when I'm ready for it, rather than a minute or two from now when perhaps I'm a little bit more relaxed. So that's one of the ways that I would use this pocket light. In addition to seeing what they're holding, seeing how many people there are. If I got somebody that's getting a little bit closer to me, you may put the light in their eyes and say, back off, dude. And then at that point, either they're going to back off or they're going to attack. It's going to be one or the other. They're not just going to sit there and be blinded with the light. So the light is a very useful tool, but the reason why I don't have it on a carry gun is because at the point that I determine, okay, crap, this guy is about to kill me, I go to my pistol. I've already determined that they're going to kill me and I need to defend myself. It's not pitch black, right? Because otherwise, they most likely would not be attacking you if it was like pitch black where they couldn't see you. So you already saw that they have a deadly weapon. They're close enough to kill you. You go to your gun. You're going for your trigger. You're not going to go looking for the light switches on the gun. And that's really important to consider because, on larger guns, right, like this one over here, okay, not only do you have a larger holster, right, but because it's a larger gun, you also have a larger light. And the nice thing about like these Streamlight the TLR1 HL, the light switch, you got this nice butterfly switch here, which is really easy to manipulate, okay? Because it's a big gun with a big light on it. But if you have a little gun, okay, the light that goes on this usually attaches to the trigger guard over here, and it usually has a pretty small button that's not so easy to to turn on and off. Okay, not that you can't do it, but it's not as easy in a stressful situation. And even with with this gun over here, right, which has that nice paddle switch, you know, a lot of times when I'm, you know, when I'm doing drills, right, at night, and I have a timer, you know, I'm definitely slower with the light than I am in the daytime, you know, and sometimes, you know, your finger slips so it doesn't hit the right spot. So if you use a timer and you try to simulate stress, you're gonna find that you're not, you know, sometimes you're just gonna slip up and you're not gonna find that paddle switch as fast as, or that butterfly switch as fast as you want to find it. So, and that's with the big butterfly switch. So if you go to a small gun with a smaller light switch on it, you know, it's even less likely that you're going to find it as fast as you want to. And, you know, in that time that you're trying to get the light on the gun, you know, it's too late. You know, it's too late. You know, because basically you're going for the light when you should have been going for the trigger. Okay. So I'm a big fan of lights, but I don't think it's as necessary on a compact carry gun. And you know, and like I said, this is not an opinion that I'm. This is not a strong opinion. Let's put it that way. This is my opinion at the moment, based on current technology. You know, down the road they may design lights that are really even smaller, easier to use, and I might say, hey, you know, it doesn't cost anything. Throw a light on the gun. As of right now, the lights that would go on this gun, it makes the holster significantly bigger, right? So I got holsters here. Right, this one is a light holster. This one's from Craft Holsters, Falco holster. Did a review on this. This one's pretty happy with this holster. So this over here, I got, you know, no light on this gun. You know, just looking at the two holsters side by side, you can see how much bigger the holster is with the light compared to the holster with no light. Okay, so the light adds to the size of the holster. It also adds weight to the gun. And you know, in an everyday carry situation, I want to go as light and small as possible. I mean, the reason why I carry a gun like this as opposed to a gun like this is because, you know, when you're sitting in the car, it makes a difference. You know, the smaller is better. You know, especially if you're sitting down in a tight seat. You know, this is a lot more compact, a lot more convenient. I'm actually a lot more interested in getting a carry pistol with a red dot on it, right? With a small red dot. They're making some really small ones. I ordered the Holosun 507K. Okay, it doesn't fit on this gun. I gotta get a different gun to put it on. But that's something I want to experiment with. And the reason why I want to get it is because I really like shooting red dots on pistols. And if I get a carry gun with a red dot on it, I'm gonna want to shoot it a lot more, because most days, right? Given a choice between, you know, shooting any one of these three pistols, right? So I got this pistol, and this one over here. I always want to shoot this pistol because it's got the red dot on it, and I really enjoy shooting pistols with red dots. So my mentality is, if I get a carry gun that has a red dot on it, I'm gonna want to shoot it a lot more, and I'll get even better with it. And the way it works with the red dots, it doesn't. You know, basically the red dot sits kind of up here. You know, even with a holster like this, all you would have to do is just cut this out a little bit. It doesn't extend this way. It doesn't, you know, because remember, this is the part that goes inside your pants here. So it would be up here along your belt line. So that really would, you know, having the gun extend this way, I don't think would be that much more of an inconvenience or that much more discomfort, as opposed to, you know, having a light switch down here, which makes the holster bigger down here, right? Because you can get a red dot on this without making the holster bigger. In fact, you'd actually have to make it smaller. You gotta cut out this little area over here. But if you put a light on the gun, the holster has to get bigger, because it goes on the part that inserts into the holster. Okay, so that has to get a little bit bigger. So that said, I'm a believer in having lights on all your home defense guns. So, like now this isn't my home defense AR. The one I have at home has a pressure pad on it. It's set up permanent. But this is one I occasionally shoot at night, so it's really convenient to just throw a pistol light right over the top. Red dot sees fine over it. It just looks like a front sight post. So this is a really good option. But yeah, your home defense rifle should definitely have a light on it. Home defense pistol should also have a light on it. and you know, and it's not a terrible thing, you know. Because remember, you're primarily using a rifle. If your rifle goes bad, it goes down for any reason, you take that light, throw it on here. Obviously, you're not going to do it in the middle of a gunfight, but that's an option. Okay, so 3 guns that you gotta have: your home defense rifle, home defense pistol, and then your everyday carry gun. Those 2 guns should have lights on them. This one over here, my opinion at the moment is that it's not practical, despite the fact that bad things usually happen at night. You can't use the light on the gun to identify a threat. So and then at the point that you do identify a threat, you're probably not going to have time to flipping on the light switch. You're probably going to be using that second to squeeze the trigger rather than try to get the light on the gun. So those are my opinions on this. Like I said, these are my opinions at the moment. These aren't like opinions I've held for a long time, and I definitely see them, possibly changing in the future as light technology improves. If they can make a light that's easy enough and light enough, and doesn't make the holster bigger, I can put on a carry gun. Yeah, by all means, I'll be for it. But right now, it just doesn't seem practical. So give me some of your opinions. Throw some comments in the comment section. If you're not a member of the channel, please subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon.